The stadium is loud. The track is set. 8 women are about to run the race of their lives. Maud de Jong, Zeynep Ozkara, Adéla Holubová, Shaikira King, Carmen Cernjul, Tara Vukovic, Saoirse Fitzgerald, Pia Langton. Different nations, different stories, one finish line. King leads the pack through the first lap, cool and controlled, but this race is nowhere near decided. The bell rings and everything changes. The pack tightens, the pace surges, and every single one of them knows this is the moment. Who has the legs? Who has the nerve? 8 women, 8 chances, 1 shot at history. Who takes it? Maud de Jong of the Netherlands in lane 8. She ran a 2:05 earlier this summer and draws inspiration from Keely Hodgkinson, one of the biggest names in world middle distance running. Zeynep Ozkara, Turkey, lane 7. She finished 3rd at the Balkan Championships and has broken the 2:05 barrier this season, ranking 4th fastest in her age group. Adéla Holubová of Czech Republic in lane 6. National indoor champion, she won her semi-final and has a reputation as a fierce, intelligent competitor. Shaikira King, Great Britain, lane 5. The fastest in this field, she ran 2:02 earlier this season and comes in as the clear favorite for gold. Carmen Cernjul of Sweden in lane 4, a sharp tactical racer who won the first semi-final and will thrive if this turns into a strategic battle. Tara Vukovic, Serbia, lane 3, national champion both indoors and outdoors. Her personal best arrived in May, and may well be ready for an upgrade tonight. Saoirse Fitzgerald of Ireland in lane 2. She finished 2nd in the opening semi-final and was named Juvenile Sportsperson of the Year in Dublin back in 2022. Pia Langton of Ireland in lane 1. A personal best under 2 minutes got her here, and she lines up alongside her compatriot Fitzgerald in a proud night for Irish athletics. 8 women, 2 laps, 1 gold medal. The evening sun is warm over the track, and this crowd is loud and ready. King is the one everyone is watching, but in a final like this, nothing is given. Anyone in this field can make a move. And they are away. Shaikira. King moves straight to the front and sets an aggressive early tempo, through 200 meters inside 30 seconds. The field is already beginning to string out behind her as she dictates every stride of this opening lap. The bell rings. 61 seconds for that first lap, a solid championship pace. Holubová is moving, working her way onto King's shoulder. King tries to hold the inside, but Holubová is coming, and this race is about to change completely. Holubová wins. Adéla Holubová of Czech Republic takes gold in a championship. Best of 2 minutes, 4.23 seconds. She has broken Keely Hodgkinson's long-standing mark. Shaikira King digs deep but has to settle for silver. Carmen Cernjul of Sweden claims the bronze medal in a photo finish for the ages. 4 athletes separated by less than a third of a second. This women's 800-meter final will be talked about for a very long time. What a performance from Holubová. She has announced herself on the biggest stage in European athletics. Holubová can barely believe it. Arms wide open, looking up at the sky, and it's so nice, the emotion just pouring out of her. The Czech flag is coming out, and this young woman has just become a European champion. She came into this final as a contender, and she leaves it with a championship best and a gold medal around her neck. Back to the slow motion, and let's walk through exactly what happened. Watch King come off the final bend in full control. She's got the inside line. She looks completely in command, and for most of this race, she was the one setting the terms. But here's the critical moment, right at 250 meters to go. Holubová swings wide and comes up hard on King's outside shoulder. King, trying to protect that inside rail, suddenly finds herself squeezed and boxed in. Vukovic and Cernjul have moved up, and now King has nowhere to go. Watch her face right there. She knows she's in trouble. Holubová reads it perfectly and opens up her stride. She is flying now. King has to pull out wide and run the long way around the curve, and that is extra distance she simply cannot afford at this stage of a championship 800 meters. By the time she finds clear air, she's dropped all the way to 4th. The situation looks almost impossible, but King is not done. With 50 meters to go, she launches a hard late charge, driving through contact with Cernjul as they both fight for position down the home straight. King stumbles slightly, loses half a stride, and that half stride is the difference between gold and silver at a championship. Holubová, head down, form locked in, crosses the line and takes the championship best. Cernjul edges Vukovic by the thinnest of margins for bronze. Look at the scoreboard. 4 athletes inside 0.3 of a second. King's effort from that far back, from 4th place with 50 to go. To finish second is something you don't see every day, but the gold belongs to Holubová, and she earned every meter of it. Adéla Holubová, European champion and championship best holder. What a night. The race was decided at 2:50 to go, not at the line. That's where Holubová made her move, swinging wide onto King's outside shoulder, and that's where King's gold medal slipped away. King had controlled the first lap on her own terms, pushing through 200 meters inside 30 seconds, stringing the field out behind her. She had the inside line on the final bend and looked like a winner. Then Holubová came. Vukovic and Cernjul closed in behind, and King found herself boxed with no room to accelerate. By the time she pulled wide and found clear track, she was 4th. What followed was a 50-meter chase that nearly worked. Nearly. King ran 2 minutes, 4.29 seconds. Let that sit for a second. That is a genuinely fast time for a championship final, a time that wins most European titles in most years. She ran it from 4th place with 50 meters left, fighting through contact, stumbling, and still closing. The problem wasn't her fitness or her finishing speed. The problem was positional, and positional errors in an 800 are almost impossible to recover from at this level. She led too assertively through the first lap and didn't protect her line aggressively enough when Holubová moved at the critical moment. Cernjul, meanwhile, ran a cagey tactical race, won the first semi, sat in the pack, and came home in 2 minutes 4.52 seconds for bronze. Vukovic was right there with her at 2 minutes 4.54 seconds. 4 athletes inside 0.3 of a second. That's a championship final working exactly as it should. Holubova's 2 minutes 4.23 seconds breaks the championship best that Keely Hodgkinson had held, a mark that had stood for 6 years. She came in as the national indoor champion, a semi-final winner, a young athlete with a reputation as a smart competitor. What she showed in the final was something different: nerve. The move she made at 250 out wasn't reactive, it was calculated. She found the gap on King's outside before King could close it, and she held her form all the way through the line. That's not luck. Fitzgerald and Langton, Ireland's two finalists in lanes 1 and 2, finished 5th and 8th respectively, well off the lead group. Saoirse, who had broken 2:05 earlier this season, came home 7th in 2 minutes, 8.69 seconds. A race to forget. For context, a championship best in the women's 800 at a European level means something. Hodgkinson's previous mark reflected where the event has been heading, increasingly fast, increasingly tactical, shaped by athletes with genuine range across the middle distances. Holubová, at this age, winning a senior European title in that time, puts her name in a conversation that includes the best of her generation. The podium, 3 different countries in the top 4, separated by less than a second, reflects how tight the field has become across the continent. What comes next matters. A championship best at this level, at this age, signals a trajectory that doesn't plateau here. The major international calendar will look different for Holubová now. She's no longer the young Czech indoor champion who might push the favorite. She is the favorite. King will come back. A 2:04.29 silver in a championship final is not a reason for doubt. It's a reminder that margins at this level are measured in tenths and in decisions made at the 250 mark. One choice, one stride, one gap that opens or closes. That's what separates gold from silver in an 800 final.